One of the arguments that's given is that you might paint Donald Trump as this great dictator and somebody who's not good for America. But the fact remains that his reign, his regime did not see two wars, while the Biden administration has seen both the Russia-Ukraine war as well as the Israel-Hamas war.
Sure. I mean, I don't think that we can attribute the timing of other countries' decisions to who's in charge over here so cleanly. I mean, Biden was the one who followed through and got us out of Afghanistan, right? So he's trying to downplay our military's presence elsewhere. I think that Trump is a lot more unpredictable, and maybe that has some sort of effect on Putin. But Trump's unpredictability makes us less secure, not more. So I think that the key is that Netanyahu knows that Trump would let him have much more of a free hand in pursuing his aggressive domestic policies than Harris would. Harris has held Netanyahu accountable and has made that very clear.
All right. I believe there is some sort of network issue with Mr. Reddy. While we fix that, Josh, let me also understand from you then, just the fact that immigration has seen such widespread protests across America, illegal immigration, is something that everybody is concerned about in America. The youngsters are voicing their opinions on it. The American citizens are very concerned about what is happening on the streets of the United States. That clearly hasn't been seemingly addressed by the Biden administration, by Kamala Harris during her campaigns, not very clearly talking about illegal immigration and what she would do when she becomes the president.
I actually completely disagree with you. So the Biden administration oversaw the formulation of a bipartisan Senate bill that would have drastically expanded the amount of resources that we send to the Mexico border, as well as change some of the asylum provisions to make sure that they are more efficient and tailored towards people who actually need asylum. This bipartisan immigration package was tanked by Donald Trump. He is on record saying that he wanted Republicans to vote against it so that the immigration issue would, quote, still be on the table for him for the election. That means that he wanted to campaign on immigration and accuse Democrats of doing nothing. You have Republicans like Lankford in the Midwest who are Senate Republicans who are frustrated that the work they did on the bipartisan package never came to fruition because Donald Trump gave that stand down order. So let's be perfectly clear. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been leading on immigration. They have been trying to get bipartisan reform done, and they have been vocal about this issue, but Republicans have tried to block that progress so that they could campaign on the issue this November.
Narendra Reddy, I believe he's back with us on the show. Narendra Reddy, what seemingly is concerning, is disturbing, is that Donald Trump has been lashing out at Kamala Harris for, say, her laughter. In the most recent statement, he'd said, "I look much better than her." I mean, it seems like the Republicans and Donald Trump don't have a better argument against a potential candidate who might become the first female president of America, who is in the race for it. Any other argument that can be presented about her is not being used, and it's just about her looks and about her laughter.
I totally agree with one thing is Donald Trump has to change his strategy. He should focus on the accomplishments that he made during his administration instead of focusing on the personal attacks and personal descriptions of the opponent. We all agree. It is not that only Democrats criticize that. Even in the Republican Party, there is a leadership section that criticizes Trump for doing that. Once he comes back to talking about only the issues, for example, today the southern border is totally open. Anybody can come from anywhere to California and Texas borders, and they can merge with these people. That could be terrorists or anything. On the immigration thing that Josh was talking about, Obama had a 2 years Senate, Congress, and White House. Biden has first 2 years Senate, Congress, and the White House. But they did not do anything. It is just they keep on hanging those things in balance so that they can have their vote banks on their side. I totally agree with one thing. Donald Trump is the most competent person to do things except his vocabulary and his personal attacks on his opponents. If he stops doing that, he will win this election with thumping majority. That is the same mistake he made in 2020. If he had spoken just about his accomplishments in his 4 years, Biden wouldn't have become president. Unfortunately, Trump did not learn at
But
the
that's
time.
not Donald
Looks
Trump's
like
personality, Mr. Reddy, isn't it?
I know.
The fact that it's Donald Trump, he's just being quintessential Donald Trump when he's speaking.
But see, now he's been in the politics for at least 8 years. If you come to account from the 2015, now he should be learning by now. Okay, he cannot keep on doing that. The personal attacks please is only a base of supporters who are about 25%. But in this country now, we have more independents who are looking at the economic issues. They are not looking about the abortion issues anymore. They are looking at the practical things. What is the good thing for the country? Who can control these prices? Who can increase this our production and make sure the economy is better? And look at the interest rates. We have the interest rates today 7.5%. That because of that, people are not able to afford housing. When Trump was there, we had only 3% interest rate mortgage, so they could buy the homes.